So now, what are we checking out? Coil winding?
Yeah, this is coil winding. This is the area where those parts you saw in the molded shop, they're going to wrap wire onto these guys. They're running about 4 coils at a time, and little strands of wire are feeding on there that's smaller than the diameter of your hair.
Now I see that she's winding one by hand right now.
Well, she's actually taking the leady part and wrapping it around on a post so that they can be protected while it's being moved around and stored.
That's very cool. All right, well, let's walk. Let's see more.
We have about 14 machines, and most machines are running at least 4 coils apiece. Okay. And they're running all day, and they barely keep up with what we're trying to build over there.
All right. And here, we've got all kinds of finished coils, right?
Yeah, these are all the finished product coils ready for production to just come out and take what style they need. Each pickup builder will have a little piece of paper that tells them which type of cap they need, which type of coil they need, and how many, and all the different parts from stock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I can see, okay, here's for 89s, these are for the 43 AWG with 35 turns, these have 65 turns, I mean...
So these are the 81 and 85 coils here.
These are the 81s?
Yeah,
and
those
85s?
are the ones that are high volume. That's why the shelf is empty.
Because everybody buys them?
We take them off the shelf as quick as they make them.
Is it okay to pick one up?
Go ahead.
So this is what's under the hood of an 85.
Correct.
Yeah, that is cool.
And an 81.
And an 81. That's very cool. Now, are there 2 of them under there or just one?
There's going to be 2 side by side.
So just like a humbucker.
That's what the humbucker
Done deal.
Yes.
I just didn't know if the technology was a little bit different. I mean, I got a first-hand education on actives today. You know, was somewhat new to it. So good stuff. What else can you show us? So Ed, we saw the caps being made in the mold shop. These are the finished caps ready to go onto the pickups.
Yeah, these are the finished caps that are stamped with the EMG logo. So all the active stuff, they'll get the standard EMG stamp on it. But for the passives, we'll have the EMG HZ stamp.
Got it. Very cool, very cool.
All the different styles.
All right, so what's next?
The Pro Series Assemblies, they're the groups with all the pickups that are completed, put on the pick guard assembly, along with the controls. And what they'll do is they'll test it, which is what she's doing now. She's making the switch works and all the pickups work in the different positions. And then she's going to test the control as well. And she'll do that with a tuning fork. Just listening for that right tone and then the right amount of gain.
Yeah, that's cool.
So she knows that baby's working. That's it. It's ready to be boxed. Put it in the Pro Series box, labeled and shrink wrapped, ready to go.
So I'm seeing racks of pickups. Looks like they're actually drying, or what's happening on these?
Yeah, these pickups were encapsulated with a 2-part epoxy, and they cure overnight. And once they are cured, we have to test them again to make sure that they're still functional electrically. Each pickup, when it's first started to be built, it has a serial number on it with the person's ID number. So I know who built this thing when, and how many. So
that's the employee's ID number, or the guy who made it?
Employee ID number as the workstation.
So if he makes a bad one, you know who it was.
I know who it was and how many they made. Okay, so we do need to know that. It's like a lot code type of thing.
Well, that's great. It's kind of like being able to track food poisoning.
Correct, correct. The test area is going to now make sure that each pickup after it was potted is still electrically functional.
So after they go from those racks and dry overnight or cure,
correct,
they come over here.
Correct.
And
so
hopefully somebody doesn't lose their job, right?
Right, because when they're done testing them, they're going to take off the temporary labels that are just paper labels and put on the final label. And in doing so, I also have a record of who did the testing, of which ones and how many.
You guys aren't messing around.
If something gets past somebody, I know who's the guy to go back and talk to.
Great.
Besides the assembler who made it.
Well, that's great, though. It speaks volumes about your quality control here.
Exactly.
And that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all
Can I
about.
take a peek at that camo cover again?
Sure
It's kind of a cool thing. And that was kind of a limited production thing.
Yes, it was, yeah. It's a promotional thing. So in testing, we're going to test not only for sound to make sure there's no noise, but they're also checking that the assembly was made correctly that the signal goes the direction that it's supposed to. If a coil gets reversed or the magnet's upside down, it will be out of phase and they will reject the unit.
Well, that's an inside look at EMG in Santa Rosa, California. I'm Brett. You're watching PremierGuitar.com.